move this stuff all to the side because then I want to also get you guys sort of thinking about your parking areas. Okay, so this is a parking area that shows where the parking spaces are, and I can take a highlighter and very quickly kind of highlight how much area is being used for parking. And how much of it is being used for transitional space. And I think this is going to surprise maybe a lot of you in just the sheer amount of transitional space that ends up getting used with parking. All right, so take a look at that. What do you guys think? A lot of transitional area, right? And it may well be that that's partially warranted. Part of what I think is an issue here is that there's this large bank of a single loaded corridor, which if it was a double loaded corridor, it might have been more efficient. Parking areas tend to be, you know, there's a lot of transitional space because cars are big. But this is one where there aren't a lot of leftover dead spaces between parking areas, right? I've got some that I've looked at through this stack that, like, the parking area will go this far and then there's a big leftover chunk here. And so if that's the case, then that area needs to be colored in yellow because there's no cars parking there. Now, when you start to do that, then you end up with way more yellow than you do purple. That's kind of a problem. Well, one thing that might be helpful is to have you guys analyze a real building, a real parking structure. That way, you start to get an idea. Like, for example, I could have you guys analyze this building, right? And you guys can compare, by looking at the overall plan of this building, how much green area there is compared to how much purple area there is compared to how much red area there is. What you're going to find with this building is that the efficiency is pretty close to what we would think is normal. There's going to be 10 to 18% transitional spaces, and the rest of it's going to be program function. Okay? Is this making sense? Why? And Hero and I have been trying to do this, and Hero's standing here, so I'm going to look over. And by any chance, do you have handy that graphic that you and I did of the process of morphing a shape to a program? You have it handy? Okay. So I'm going to ask Hero for it. I'm going to try and get it to you guys today. Print it out. Because like I said, you guys did the program thing where you slapped all the spaces. Then you did the shape thing. Then you put the program stuff in the shape, and that was it. The reality is that there's 4 or 5 more steps after that of morphing and changing and adjusting that you guys haven't done. Okay? All right, go ahead and stop that.